Hey, welcome to our solar electric trailer journey. We're glad you've joined us today. We actually bought a trailer. We bought the Aliner Scout trailer that we'd been talking about. And it's a 2013 model, and the trailer was in a town near Brooksville, Florida, about 3 hours away from Jacksonville. So we left Thursday night to drive down there so that we could be there in the morning. We charged in Bushnell, let me say that right, which is about 20 miles away from Brooksville. And we stayed in a town about 20 miles away. We arrived to see the trailer about 9:30 in the morning, Friday morning, and we're so excited to see it. The owners had it set up.
Yeah.
We went in and out of it and looked all around it. And then we watched them put it down.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it look easy. So Devin tried it. He put it up and he put it down. And he was a pro at it. He made it look really, really easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
So we were getting more and more excited the more we were playing around with it. So Devin hooked it to the car, pulled it out from a parking spot that was behind the house, and it looked like it hadn't been moved in quite a long time, probably for months and months.
Yeah.
And then he drove it around the block and came back with a smile on his face, and there were absolutely no problems. We did realize that the tires needed to be inflated, so we used a wonderful gift that our friends in Utah had given us. And we inflated both the tires. We negotiated a great price, and off we drove. We left about 10:30 in the morning, didn't get home till about 10:30 that night.
About 7:30.
About 7:30, that's right, about 7:30, sorry.
Wasn't a 12-hour day, but it was a long day.
It was a long day. But we realized that we couldn't connect the trailer to the car and make the lights work. And that was a big safety concern for us. So we drove it to the nearest RV center, and they helped us get all that fixed. And Devin's going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so first we just figured we needed an adapter. So we bought an adapter, but the adapter, I couldn't make it work. And so one of the employees there kind of volunteered to help us figure it out and to make that adapter work. See, the trailer has a 7-way cable, and the car just has a 4-way cable. So I couldn't make that adapter work, and I was kind of frustrated with that. But I took a minute, and one of the guys there, Tom at Register RV, agreed to help me, and he got it done. Now, one of the things he did was to cut the ground wire on the car to the 4-prong adapter and wire it permanently into the new adapter, which is big and ugly and clunky.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And so he essentially permanently attached the adapter to the car. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Yeah. But anyway, once he helped, we got the lights were going, and we were able to safely take the journey. And notably, the primary purpose of the extra connections on the 7-way versus the 4-way that was on the car is to control the brake, as well as to power the battery, charge the battery. So, of course, we are counting on the solar panels to charge the battery, and the trailer, in fact, has no brakes that we bought. So the braking is all done by the car, not by the trailer at all. It's such a lightweight trailer.
After getting the trailer properly connected for lights, we hit the trail and we started to come home. We charged in Bushnell very quickly and drove to Gainesville, Florida, where we were able to do a drive-through charge. I know it sounds weird, but we did not have to unhook the trailer from the car, which made that charge a lot easier and a lot faster.
Yeah, that's really a huge benefit. When this is something we worried a lot about, and we were pleased that we were 1 for 2 on this trip. We had to disconnect in Bushnell, but we didn't have to disconnect in Gainesville, so that was great. We tracked our mileage on this trip about as carefully as I could, and before we got the trailer, we did 4 miles per kilowatt on this particular route. And the route home was a little bit different, but quite similar. And so with the trailer, we averaged about 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. So we were about a third lower with the trailer, which translates into a one-third reduction in our range. So the most relevant figure then, I think most people are worried about, is how far can you go on a charge. Our range with the trailer is about 160 miles, leaving a little cushion. We're talking about maybe 140, 150 miles at most to be as our destination. But that's a pretty good distance for camping with this little trailer. And of course, we can always charge and go farther. So that was good.
Yeah. So
when we got home, I spent a long time trying to figure out how to fix this wiring that had been done. You know, as I mentioned, he kind of permanently wired the adapter to the car. And even though we'll always need it for towing this trailer, for instance, the U-Haul trailer worked with the equipment we had on there, and he made it so that wouldn't work. So I was really anxious about this, and ultimately, when we got home, you know, I did a little research and went to 2 or 3 hardware stores, and we got I got it fixed. So we can remove the wiring, so we can remove the adapter that we bought and use it when we're towing the trailer, but it's not always attached to the car because it is kind of a big ugly thing.
Well, not only is it big and ugly, but it added extra weight, so that normal driving around the city with the car is just not what we wanted, was that extra weight. So he was able to get that off, and he did it without electrocuting himself. I was proud of him. It was
didn't burn down the house.
It didn't burn down the house. Right. There's the trailer all put down. You can see the air conditioning unit in the door, and Devin is starting to put it up. Look how easy that is. Look at that. He's very quick with that. And he has to open the door. There's a certain way to do it, certain steps, and he's got it. Makes it real easy and quick. He's now got the step out, the door open, and he's putting it up. Doesn't take long at all. There he goes. Now he's got it up. A little bit difficult this time. It was easier last time. We're newbies. Total newbies at this. There he goes. It's up. Good job. And then he pulls up the other part, kind of like a triangle, and you can see the whole door there. This will become so much faster the more we do this and practice and get good at it. Now he's coming out. I get a smile from him. There it is. Look at that. I am inside our trailer. Look at this. This is awesome. It's a place to sit and eat. Love it. There's actually plenty of room in here. You stand it up and windows, and it's great. You see outside?
So where you're sitting converts into one bed, and where you're not sitting, another table area has been converted already to a bed. So it requires, you know, that conversion to be effective. But we also have a little sink. We've got a little fridge.
Countertop and some storage.
And there is an air conditioner, so it does keep the place cool on hot days. So this is, we will very much have an inside experience in the trailer. Of course, some big windows. One of the things that's notable about this model this year is that it has a big roof with no windows. Right? Let me go outside and point this out again. But I'm excited about this big roof with no windows. The newer ones have windows. on that side, which sounds great until you are a nerd like me trying to put solar panels on your roof. So now we've got the great solar panel roof. We're excited about that. So that's the end of the tour.
Thank you. All right, Devin's back inside now, taking it down. Watch this. This is pretty slick. One side over the sink comes in first. I hope you can see that. That was easy. And then the side over the door goes down next. With the top of the door going with it. Look how fast that was. Now comes the top. And it is, close the bottom door, kind of fits together like a big puzzle piece. Look at that, it's down. Did not take long at all, and it is down. And then he hooks the two sides so that it doesn't blow off in a windstorm if we're traveling with it. Kind of locks it down. So thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Bye.
See you soon.